Hi, good morning, Tania and Georgia. You've got
Hi.
me this morning as the interview person.
Awesome.
Right, now, Tania, I'll start with you.
Sure.
And what I want you to do is both add some things as we're going. I've left my questionnaire list. But anyway, that won't matter. We can talk about different things. Now, Tania, you did your bronze in 1998, but you was in the very, very early Nipper group at Clifton.
Yes.
Was that about 1979, 80 odd, or what?
No, it would have been not probably 1990.
1990.
Yep.
And Georgia, when did you start Nippers?
When I was 7, so I'm nearly 27 now, so about 20 years ago, which is pretty scary to think about.
Yes. Now, I've got the Clifton 50th anniversary book here, and both of you had large groups of bronze medallion. You were in a large group of bronze medallions, people. Both
Yes.
your groups were large. Tania, I noticed there was 15 females in your group.
Yeah, wow, that's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, and there was 38 in your bronze group, whole up with the males and females. Right, Georgia, you had a huge amount of females as well. Now, was any of yours part of Kingston, Georgia?
Oh, I can't remember back that far, Denise. Possibly, I would say so, because back then we were one club, I think. So, yeah, I would say so.
Right, and I noticed, Georgia, like Gabe was in your group as well, Gabe Gossage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going through it here, and yeah, yes, by the look of that, there was quite a few from the Kingston group.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I'll ask you both, why did you join Clifton Beach Surf Club as a nipper?
I joined because I love the beach. I've always loved the water, and so I think I grew up. We had a house on Colton Park actually, but we ended up going to Clifton because we liked the club better. So yeah, we started, and my whole family is still involved very closely with the surf club.
Right. And what about you, Tania?
So I grew up just around the road from Clifton Beach, and so my parents enrolled, like both my brother and I, into Nippers, and we both went through for quite a few years, and now my children are coming through, so that's a bit exciting.
Oh, another generation.
Yes.
And George has got another generation coming up as well.
Yes, I do. He's 3.5 months, and I will definitely be signing him up when he's old enough.
Now, Tania, what role are you doing with the Nippers at the moment? Have you got a role?
I don't have a role because it was my first year last year, but I'm sure that will come.
Wonderful. Oh, yes, I'm quite sure it will. And Georgia, you've done a lot of things over your time at Clifton.
Yes.
I noticed you were the best junior activities person. You were the best junior in competition. And you was under 15 Iron Woman.
Yeah.
Took part in the under 15 surf teams. Who was in your surf team?
I believe I filled in with the guys team. And I know I wrote it down somewhere, but I can't quite remember who was in it.
Oh, I can tell you. In the Cameron relay was Joel, Lewis and Robbie.
Yeah.
And you even competed in the under 17 male surf team as well with Joel, Jordan and Alex.
There you go. Bringing back memories for sure.
Now, what was that like competing against the boys?
I've always been quite competitive, so it was always a bit of fun jumping in with the boys and giving them a run for their money, that's for sure.
Now, the next thing, Tania, are you going to redo your bronze?
Well, yes, I had that written down, Denise, under that question. Yeah, I'm really keen to do it again.
And what, just become a water safety person for nippers or go
Yes.
to patrol?
Yeah, and I'm also working in a workplace that would probably benefit from me having it. So,
Oh, wonderful. It is good. We interviewed someone yesterday, a female yesterday, and she requalified her bronze last year after a break of 8 years.
yes.
So, and she's enjoying back doing, that.
Mine would be a lot longer than that.
It would, but time doesn't matter.
No, true.
No. We need some more patrolling members. Did you do much competition while you were there?
No, only in nippers, and then I stopped competition.
And who was your first patrol officer?
I think it was Dougie.
That would have been very interesting with Dougie.
It was always lots of fun.
Yes. And Georgia, who was your first patrol captain?
Ooh, I'm not sure, but I've been with Whitey's crew for quite some time now. But I couldn't quite stretch my memory back to who was my first patrol captain. Do you have it written down there, Denise?
No, I haven't.
No. Yeah, I'm not sure. But as far as I can remember, I've been with Whitey for quite a few years. So.
Yes, right. Now, who took, this is a question for both of you. Who took you through your bronze?
It was either probably Pete, Goddess, or Simon, I'd say, one of those three.
Right. And what about you, Tania?
Well, I can't remember, and I asked Mum this question, and I have a feeling it might have been Simon.
Right. Well, he's been around in the club for many years, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's part of the furniture. Now, what funny experiences, have you got some funny stories to tell us? Either of you.
In nippers, I'll just always remember, it's always in the back of my mind, even now when I go in the water, Dad always telling me to scream at the waves because I used to be a bit nervous with the big ones, and because they're more scared of me than what I am of them. So I would always be paddling my heart out and just screaming at the waves and splashing through them. And that's always in my mind to this day.
Right. Any funny experiences on patrol?
Oh, it's always fun with the crew that we have because I'm with my dad and my husband, so that's always good fun. Bit of beach cricket, yeah, just always a good fun.
Right. And what about you, Tania?
I don't remember any funny stories, but I just remember it was always like heaps of fun on patrol. There was always lots of laughs, and it was fun time.
Fun time. What about the IRB? Did any of you want to jump in the IRB and become a crew person, or have that idea of how good it'd be to drive the IRB and become an IRB driver? Did any of you?
Yes, absolutely, all the time.
Yes, definitely. And so now I do have my crew person, but I remember as a nipper always wanting to jump in and have a zoom around in the IRB.
Yes. So do you think, Georgia, you might decide to become an IRB driver later on?
Possibly. It wasn't my agenda last season, but as I was pregnant, that didn't obviously happen. So possibly this season or the next, we'll see.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Tania, if you redo your bronze, would you have the desire to become an IRB crew and also a driver?
I'm not sure. We'll have to see where it takes me.
Right. So what advice would you give to any females considering to doing their bronze?
I would say just jump in and have a go. You won't regret it. There's so many opportunities that comes up with doing your bronze that you wouldn't, expect or think that happens. And it's just a great community to be involved in.
Wonderful. What about you, Tania?
Yeah, I would say just do it. Like I said, I'm keen to do mine again. So yeah, just get in and do it.
Wonderful, wonderful. So what other things would you like to say, Georgia?
Well, there was, like, I had so many opportunities through Surf Lifesaving. I basically competed in every state in Australia. So there's lots of travel opportunities that came up. It was great. Lots of friendships made and lots of new skills, lifelong skills, all just came out of, starting back then doing my bronze. And here I am today, still involved in the club.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I noticed in that Clifton anniversary book, you did the under 15 surf ski as well as competed with the boys for the under 17 surf teams.
Yeah.
And you were part of the state team?
Yes. Yeah.
And did you go, and you went to the Aussies?
Yes, I think I've competed at the Aussies on 2 different occasions, in a few different events. So, that was good fun, good experiences.
And you were champion lifesaver. Were you in under 15s?
Yes, I think I was champion lifesaver for under 15s for the same age group for maybe 2 or 3 years in a row. And I ended up going to the Aussies and competing as a champion lifesaver over there as well, which was a really big experience for me.
Wonderful, wonderful. So any other things you'd like to say on our interview, both of you?
I'm all good.
You're good, Tania?
Yeah.
What about you, Georgia? You must have some more to say.
Oh, goodness, I don't know. You put me on the spot now, Denise. Just maybe one other funny thing, I guess, is my now husband, Luke, I taught him how to swim, maybe 6 years ago now, and he got his bronze because I taught him how to swim.
Awesome.
That's a very positive thing.
Yes.
Any arguments on the way with that?
Oh, yes, there was a few.
So, I guess you're going to, Georgia, still patrol this year, even with little Oliver?
Yes. Yep, we'll be down at the beach, and he'll be coming along.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I'm quite sure there'll be lots of nursemaids to help
I'm
you.
sure. He'll be passed around like pass the parcel.
Well, look, thank you, Tania and Georgia, for allowing us to interview you.